If law is a language, then jurisprudence is its grammar. Good morning to one and all present here. Myself, Ikra Siddiqui, member of Jurisprudence Club and the host for the day. Moving forward with the program, I would like to call Ms. Varshita, member of Jurisprudence Club, to welcome the gathering.
A very good morning to each one present here. On this auspicious day, I would like to take a moment to welcome each one of you present here. A teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. A special thanks to the chief guest of the day, Professor Dr. Jai Prakash Reddy Sannabasanna Gowda Patil, for accepting our invitation. It's an honor to be graced by the presence of such an accomplished advocate. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and being present here today with us. We welcome you, sir. I now request our principal to honor our chief guest with token of respect. I have the privilege to welcome Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya, Principal, KSLU Society's Law College. His dedication towards this college is endless. We welcome you, sir. I'd like to welcome our Dr. Anita M.J., Vice Principal, KSLU Society's Law College. We heartily welcome you, ma'am. I would like to welcome Dr. Subhash Gaudapanavar, Professor, KSLU Law College, the head of Jurisprudence Club. We welcome you, sir. I also extend my warm welcome to the staff of Jurisprudence Club, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiremat, IQAC Coordinator, Mr. Tanmay J. Patil, Assistant Professor, Mr. Sanjay Bafna, Assistant Professor, Mr. Uday Simha, Assistant Professor, Ms. Shamali S.S., Assistant Professor, Ms. Debasmit Acharji, Assistant Professor. We welcome you all, professors. Finally, a warm and pleasant welcome to the staff and students of KSLU Law College. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Varshita, for your warm welcome. Now I request Ms. Namami, member of Jurisprudence Club, to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. J.S. Patil.
Thank you, Ikra, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. A hearty good morning to everyone present here. Dr. J.S. Prakash Reddy, BA LLB, LLM, PhD, is born on 10th December 1954 at Manvi, Raichur district, Karnataka. He is first generation educated person in a farmer's family who rose to academic heights at the hard work, a distinct scholar in law, having academic and administrative experience spanned over 4 decades. He was special officer and founder, Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Law University, Hubli, which is the largest affiliating law university in India. Third Vice Chancellor of National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam. Founder, Chairman and Dean of Law Faculty, Gulbarga University. Founder, Director of College Development, Gulbarga University. Founder, Coordinator of Center of Studies and Human Heights, Gulbarga University. He has written 11 books, 39 articles, successfully guided 10 PhD students, 9 scholars, and 22 LLM dissertation. He has organized many national and international conferences, seminars, workshops, and presented papers in such conference organized by others. Chaired technical session, delivered presidential addresses, keynotes addresses. He was a resource person at a refresh conference and faculty developed programs and organized an online faculty program in NLUJA. He was delivered special lectures and on a view. He was an Indian coordinator of Indian platform. He signed MOU with universities in abroad also. As a vice challenger of National Law University Assam, he got the membership of Indo-Canadian Institution New Delhi, paving way of collaboration with Canadian University and established collaboration with many prestigious national institutions and countries on academic and stabilization of level research in law. He was traveled to many countries on academic and award research assignment. Professor Patil has many awards to his credit. Important one are TCS Education World Best Teacher Merit Award 2005, Vishwakavi Rabindranath Tagore Memorial Award 2022 from Indian Institute of Oriental Heritage, Kolkata, winner of Scientist of the Year Open Competition 2022 in Social Science Law Category Award by International Achievement Research Center, Chicago, US, Achievers 2020 Award for National Law University Assam as one of the among top 100 university institutions in the world by the Achiever Forum, London, UK. Manager of the Year 2020 by Sacro's Community, Oxford, London, UK. Most Inspiring Vice Challenger Award 2020 by the Golden AMI Award. Thank you, sir, for your presence.
Thank you so much, Namami. It's an immense pleasure to have such a great personality within us. Light symbolizes knowledge, purity, and is the dispeller of the darkness. If you light a lamp for someone else, it will brighten your path also, says Lord Buddha. Now I request the dignitaries on the dais to come forward. I also request chairman of the club to come forward and light the lamp as we inaugurate this event.
ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೆ ಕನಕ ರೂಪನೆ ಕಾಮಿನಿ ಸಂಗದೂರನೆ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೆ ಕನಕ ರೂಪನೆ ಕಾಮಿನಿ ಸಂಗದೂರನೆ ಶರಣು ಸಾಂಬನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪುತ್ರನೆ ಶರಣು ಸಾಂಬನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪುತ್ರನೆ ಶರಣು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಿತ್ರನೇ ಶರಣು 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 ಏಕದಂತನೆ ಲೋಕಖ್ಯಾತನೆ ಏಕವಾಕ್ಯ ಪ್ರವೀಣನೆ ಏಕದಂತನೆ ಲೋಕಖ್ಯಾತನೆ ಏಕವಾಕ್ಯ ಪ್ರವೀಣನೆ ಏಕವಿಂಶತಿ ಪತ್ರ ಪೂಜಿತ ಏಕವಿಂಶತಿ ಪತ್ರ ಪೂಜಿತ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು 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 ಮೂಷಿಕಾಸನ ಶೇಷಭೂಷಣ ಅಶೇಷ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಮೂಷಿಕಾಸನ ಶೇಷಭೂಷಣ ಅಶೇಷ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಯಕ ದಾಸ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠ್ಠಲೇಶನ ದಾಸ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠ್ಠಲೇಶನ ವಿಠಲೇಶನ ಈಶ ಗುಣಗಳ ಪೊಗಳುವೆ. ಶರಣು 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 ಬೆನಕನೆ ಕನಕ ರೂಪನೆ ಕಾಮಿನಿ ಸಂಗದೂರನೆ. ಶರಣು ಸಾಂಬನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪುತ್ರನೆ ಶರಣು ಸಾಂಬನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಪುತ್ರನೆ. ಶರಣು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಿತ್ರನೇ ಶರಣು 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 ಶರಣು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you so much, Sahitya. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into smaller, manageable tasks and then starting on the first one. On this auspicious day, we are delighted to release the name of our Jurisprudence Club. I request the dignitaries to release the name of our club.
Sir. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, dignitaries. Now I request Mr. Tanmay Patil, Assistant Professor of Law, to give an introduction about the Jurisprudence Club.
Respected Chief Guest, our beloved Principal Sir, IQAC Coordinator and Academic Coordinator, our colleagues and students. It's been an honor for me to introduce this new initiative by our college, the Democrats Jurisprudence Club. This was basically a brainchild of Dr. S.G. Gaudapnavar sir, myself. It was almost a dream since almost from past 3-4 years that we have to do something in the regime of jurisprudence in this college. But this remained an idea. This idea was actually put into action by Sanjay Bafna. Sanjay Bafna actually took this idea and he put this whole idea into action, and hence you can see the Jurisprudence Club getting inaugurated today. So this is a small history, like how exactly this club comes into existence. And also to give you, the organizational structure of this club. The club has the first committee called as an advisory board, which is headed by the patron. The patron would be the today's respected chief guest, whose strength would be the biggest reason for our future endeavors. And the next will be the president of this club, our beloved principal, Sir Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya. And we have academic advisor, Dr. Anita M.J. ma'am. Then we have administrative advisor, our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar V. Hiremat. So this will be the advisory committee for the Jurisprudence Club. After this, we have a steering committee, or we can call it as an executive committee also. This committee will be headed by the chairman of this Jurisprudence Club, Dr. S.G. Gaudapnavar. Apart from this, we also have faculty members who are part of this steering committee, starting from myself, Tanmay J. Patil, Assistant Professor, Sanjay Bafna, Assistant Professor, Uday Simha, Assistant Professor, Shamli SS, Assistant Professor, Debasmita Acharji, Assistant Professor. So this will be the steering committee. After this, we have around 9 committees which are framed. Put together, we call it as working committee, and this committee consists of only students. These students will be, these committees will be headed by one student, and all the heads of the committees, we call it as a core organizing committee with whom we will be directly working. The advisory committee will be working. So this is the organizational structure. Apart from this, we also have rolled out for the memberships for the jurisprudence club. Whatever I have talked till now is only the organizational structure. Now, there is another part of this club where the students who have interest in the regime of jurisprudence have enrolled themselves to be the member of this club. An academic, an intellectual member means he will be participating by contributing to the club, not as a part of organization. So these students will be training from the grassroots level till they pass out from this college in regards to the philosophy of law. So this is in regards to the structure of the Democrats Jurisprudence Club. Apart from this, we are working on a set of very specific objectives. The Jurisprudence Club will be working at 3 different levels. Level 1 being in-house activities, conducting in-house activities where we will be conducting various events to train and to create awareness in regards to the philosophy of law, that is jurisprudence, inside the campus, that is to our own students. In this regard, from past 30 days, I think you have already come across the activities which you have been conducted. Actually, the whole activity started from the jurisprudence marathon classes, which was organized by Sanjay Bafna. And after that, we also organized master classes for only the Jurisprudence Club members. So these are a couple of in-house activities which we have started with. Apart from this, we have also been very successfully running an event at the end of working hours called as open mic. In open mic, every day we came up with a new topic or a point to be debated on. And this open mic, where we have huge number of students who are participating, throwing their opinions, and there was a nice discourse which actually went on in the corridors of our college. This was another good initiative. These initiatives were taken just to make sure that we attract good number of good students to the Jurisprudence Club. So this is level 1 at which we will be working, and we have already started working in this regard. Second level, level 2, we will be organizing extension activities. We collaborate with the NSS and legal aid in our own college. With their assistance, we will be going out into the society, probably in and around Bangalore city or anywhere else. With their help and clubbing with them, we will be conducting various awareness programs in regard to law. So this is at level 2, where we will be touching on the local grassroots level people with NSS and legal aid. So this is at level 2 what we are going to work. Level 3 is something which is very fascinating for me, where we will be working at national and international level. Even in this regard also, our first discussion with principal sir, he has dropped a very big task of conducting an international conference with one of the leading organizations in India in regards to an international conference on the topic, the concept of right in the regime of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is already in the pipeline. This we are planning to do it in the second half of this year. This is going to be a purely international conference. We will be having participants from across the globe. So this is at level 3, where we will be working with national and international organizations, conducting workshops, seminars, and so on. With all these 3 levels, what we are exactly going to do is we conduct workshops, conferences, seminars, open mic, lobby talks, debate, quiz competitions, awareness programs, simulation exercises, and many things. And these things we are not carrying out independently. We always club with other committees of the college, like we have conference and workshop committee, we have MCC, we have MUN, we have so many other committees. Jurisprudence Club will work with all these committees in whatever capacity, and also all these committees will also be working with us in our independent endeavors. With this very small introduction, I thank our beloved principal, sir, IQAC coordinator and vice principal, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to introduce this Democrats Jurisprudence Club to this August gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request Mr. Sanjay Bafna, Assistant Professor of Law, to begin with the badge distribution and oath-taking ceremony.
Thank you so much, Ikra, for this opportunity. Respected dignitaries, dear colleagues, and my dear students, we will now like to invite all those who have registered for membership to come forward and collect their badge, club badge, by our esteemed dignitaries. Now the names of those members are Spurti, Anmol, please make your way to the stage and collect your badge from our respected dignitaries. Ikra, Namami, Sharad, Varshita, Yash, Aditi, Hitan, Swikriti, Tara, Alam Prabhu, Vikita, Vikram, Vamshi, Vijay, Parumita, Kamal, Anushka, Bhumi, Ashraf. This badge represents your commitment to the values and ethics of the legal profession, and we encourage you to wear it with pride. With this, dear students of the Jurisprudence Club, today as we gather here to inaugurate this prestigious club, let us join together in taking oath that reflects our strong ideals and commitment to the noble pursuit of law and justice. So please repeat after me. We the members.
All right.
I request everyone, please stand up at your seat. Please repeat after me the oath of Jurisprudence Club. We the members of Jurisprudence Club pledge our unwavering dedication to the principles of justice, fairness, and equality. We pledge to engage in thoughtful and respectful discourse with fellow members to pursue knowledge and wisdom of law for betterment of society. We will strive to be an ethical and responsible member of legal profession and strive to promote betterment of legal community. So help me God. With this, thank you so much. And I congratulate to each one of you on becoming the member of Democrats Jurisprudence Club. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I now request our beloved Principal, Sir Dr. J. M. Mallikarjunaya, to give us a prefatory speech.
Okay. Good morning. Honorable Professor Dr. J.S. Patil, sir, who is not only the friend philosopher guide to the legal academia, he has always been the friend philosopher guide in particular to KLE family and all of us here are his students. My dear colleagues, Madam Anita, Mr. Manoj, and colleagues of the dais, and all the ignited minds. I have a reason to call you so, and I'll come back to that. At the outset, my hats off to the Jurisprudence Club, and congratulations to all the members of the Jurisprudence Club. It takes courage, it takes realization, it takes a lot of thinking to become members of the Jurisprudence Club, I believe. That was the reason why I had to address you, the ignited minds. Only the ignited minds can dare becoming members of Jurisprudence Club. Congratulations to all of you. I see a lot of activities that are already started in the form of open mic and a lot of activities being carried on. I believe the steering committee is certainly steering the wheel so well, and may this continue. People showing interest in jurisprudence, trying to understand that jurisprudence is an important subject, unfortunately is rare. And now you have put that rare thing in the front. And that's another thing that really makes us so happy about the activity that is going on. I'm the one who subscribed to the idea always that I must say I subscribe to the idea that was suggested by the opening words of today's anchor, who said, if law is language, jurisprudence is what? Jurisprudence is grammar, is what she says. I fully endorse her views. And I'm the one who always preached you, because this is what I learned from a scholar, Julius Stone, who said law is lawyer's extraversion. I believe law doesn't have domain of its own, and domain of law gets shaped from the experiences in the society, which we call lawyer's laboratory. If you look at it, you must have come across by now, law is both philosophical and normative science. Each part of law makes you accept it as normative science. Art part of law compels you to understand the philosophy that is hidden in jurisprudence. It is for this reason, since you have taken courage to be the members of jurisprudence, today you must pay attention to every thing that is spoken and thoughtfully take the words and try to understand as much as possible. When the subject of jurisprudence, by now if you have figured out, is not to understand what is right to life, what is right to property, and so on. The subject of jurisprudence is to understand what is law. And what is law is not a question of law, is not a question of fact, it is not even a mixed question, it is question about law, is what I preach often. And this question about law, I take support from Lord Lloyd. Lord Lloyd is an author on the classic book on jurisprudence titled Introduction to Jurisprudence. Guys, the book goes for 2000 pages, over 2000 pages, with the 10 font size and maybe 8 font size in extracts that he brings in. And he calls it Introduction to Jurisprudence. What is more interesting is, in that Introduction to Jurisprudence, the author starts with this statement that the millions of gallons of ink has been spent in defining the word law, but no satisfactory definition has come out. Thus, the author aspires not to define law, but to explain what law is. That is the nature of the study that you would be pursuing under the subject jurisprudence. Well, one last word about my own understanding about why I must congratulate you and why jurisprudence is important. I must caution you to guard against one wrong thing that is in place. That is, unfortunately, a lot of jurists, instead of jurists, let me call you legal professionals, be they the advocates, be they the judges, wrongly think that jurisprudence has no role to play in courts, which is an utter wrong thing. It is the flavor of jurisprudence that makes you give a novel interpretation to the law that you would be applying in courts, and novel interpretation is required in order to make the law living in an organic society. Thus, you must understand there is all the relevance for the subject jurisprudence in whatever job that you would be doing as a legal professional. And lastly, the oath that you have taken just now is really value loaded as I consciously went through the language of it. Keep a copy of that oath statement. Every time you participate in and organize an activity under Jurisprudence Club, make sure you will always stand up to the expectations of your oath statement. The activity that you are taking forward under the Jurisprudence Club, in fact, is a kind of research, according to me. And as you all know, the purpose of research is advancement of knowledge. And you must know this now, that advancement of knowledge does not come through understanding and accepting theories and dogmas. Advancement of knowledge happens when you take courage to refute the existing theories and dogmas with responsibility. That is very important. So every time you participate in Jurisprudence Club activities, have the critical mindset, have the courage to refute the existing knowledge, but take the responsibility of refuting it for reasons and topping up the existing knowledge with your new knowledge. That is the kind of responsibility members of the Jurisprudence Club have to establish. With all humility, I must say on this occasion, I do recognize and recognize the efforts of Dr. J.S. Patil and acknowledge the learning that we had from him in doing this task, namely ensuring the advancement of knowledge by refuting existing dogmas and by topping up with his new knowledge. What I am indeed talking to you is this, that Dr. J.S. Patil, who is known by all of us as the Pitamaha of jurisprudence in legal arena, had the courage, after understanding so well and so much about the Western jurisprudence, having taken the courage to criticize them, he had the courage to top up his knowledge, and the knowledge he tops up to the jurisprudence is native jurisprudence. So much original work is done by today's speaker. He topped up to the existing knowledge of jurisprudence with a native jurisprudence. So I believe we are all blessed to have his presence today. A, to bless us on this auspicious occasion. B, to give us the path ahead for the Jurisprudence Club. With these words on this occasion, and with the expression of gratitude to Dr. J.S. Patil, who has graciously agreed to be the patron for Jurisprudence Club. Thank you all for the patient hearing. And once again, please do learn the grammar of law and be the responsible learners. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your prefatory remark. Jurisprudence shows the interrelationship between the law and justice. I now request Chairman of Democrats Jurisprudence Club, Dr. Subhash Gaudapanawar, to give Chairman's message on this auspicious occasion.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, J.S. Patil sir, Principal Mallikarjuna sir, IQSC Coordinator Manoj, and Academic Coordinator Anita ma'am, and respected dignitaries of the dais. So I am a chairman of this club mere symbolically. Okay, my role is very minimum role. Okay, other persons play the very vital role. Already the blue plan has been laid out by the Tanmay Patil. So only I wish that this club be active club, vibrant club. It should not become like a dead club like other clubs. So that's only I hope, because all you persons starts with so much enthusiasm, then later words you lose that intensity. So I hope that intensity what you are showing now, let us continue with that one, and let us be active club, and this club would give some kind of a knowledge without. And one more thing I'm telling you, we are very fortunate to listen one of the speaker today, and I am seeing him very close, and he is one of the legend as far as jurisprudence is concerned. It's very difficult to explain him. It's only you can experience him. So just hardly another 2-3 minutes, you'll start listening his lecturing. So I don't want to be blocked between you and him. So with these words, I wish that this jurisprudence club would be a very active club. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. It gives me an immense pleasure to invite our guest of honor, Dr. J.S. Patil, sir, to enlighten us with few valuable words of his knowledge. Sir.
Hello. Yes. Esteemed principal and my good and noble friend, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya ji, Madam Anita, Dr. Manoj Hiremat, Professor Gaudapanawar, and other distinguished faculty of KSLU Law College, Bangalore, and dearest of all, my dear students. Good morning to all of you. 4 decades ago, in then University College of Law, Dharwad, there was a marathon workshop of 1 month hosted by the principal of that college, Professor G.V. Ajappa, in association with King of Jurisprudence in India, Professor Upendra Bakshi. Both of them are 93-year-old now, still going very strong. If you call Bakshi to talk to you online on jury, he will, even at 93. Ajappa can come and sit with you and then start his marathon sessions on jurisprudence. So these 2 people, legends of our country, hosted 1 month workshop on jurisprudence. It was so fortunate on my part, as a young student of law, to do the secretarial work, preparatory work for that workshop, along with a very legendary librarian of our college, Vishwanath Kotre. Devil worker. I was not like him, but then I was also a worker. Some of others with me. Those are not the days of computers and technology, my dear students. Everything used to be manual. We had a typist called Sannaki, stenographer. He would type on a war footing the material that we gave him. I have a small team headed by our principal, Professor G.V. Ajappa, and I was the coordinator. I was a very smart guy as a young fellow. Create. I used to write so very fast. And then Sannaki used to type so very fast. So he would cut the cyclostyle, that was the type of photocopying during those days. So that there used to be a ink and roll, and then that cut cyclostyle paper would be wrapped up there, and then you start rolling it, and then your copies will come out. Like this, believe me, I have those volumes with me, I believe. If you remember, 5 volumes of cyclostyle papers. So 100 and odd scholars from all over the country of those days, they came for the workshop. S.K. Agarwala, lots of them. It's very difficult to mention the names because you don't know, because they are all gone. No, they are not there. MPJ and SNJ, you might be reading some of these books, Avatar Singh, all those books which you read, they were all there with us. And then 1 month of a big discourse on jurisprudence, Western jurisprudence. Then only I started thinking, why our people, are we really sane people? Why are we exerting so much with this English, with these materials, with all these unintelligible write-ups by these people? So I was wondering what we are doing. Confusing, as many of you get confused while studying Fitzgerald's edition of Salmon on jurisprudence, was the kind of an impression I had. That was a very good experience for me. From there, the journey started. From student, I became a student of NLL, wherein lots of papers on jurisprudence were compulsory papers in the University of Mysore, C.K. Raja. So I had the advantage of learning under 2 giants of Karnataka. They taught me, I became so aggressive, which they were not. They only trained us like tigers, but they remained sheep. That was the kind of the situation. We risked, especially I risked very many things, including my life. Many of my friends know how I risked for the sake of justice. People taught in classrooms justice. I do justice, which is extremely impossible in a God-forsaken country like India. That's what I tried. I don't want to go beyond this because it becomes highly sensitive kind of stuff, which it's very difficult for people to sustain. Only those who know it and those who can go back to 3 decades back and then read the newspapers of those days, Hindu, Deccan Herald, they will realize what kind of a thing I did during those days for the sake of saving a university and in the name of justice. Not wrong. From there, the journey started. Maybe some 4 years ago, after so much of accumulation of knowledge, whatever, I went to an international conference organized by Asian Comparative and International Law Academy in Chinese Taipei, in Shushu Law School. I had a great friend there. He was also a jurisprudence teacher. There I made a presentation. I will share that with Tanmay and you can have that copy. Because I don't want to give that lecture here. I will give that lecture perhaps to the faculty and also some select intellectuals in the KSLU Law College. Because it's a hard nut to crack. Reconceptualization of jurisprudential studies. Heuristics for Indian legality is the title of the paper. It is published in their Shushu Law Journal also. It is available. When I made that presentation, I had a good number of scholars coming from all over the world, especially Europe and America. I was a very blatant critic of Western jurisprudence. So they became a little restive. No, you should take Western jurisprudence as an opportunity. Because you have built everything upon it in your own country, which I do not subscribe. Because even today, after 75 plus years of independence, what is our governmental holiday? Sunday. Are we a Christian society? Why Sunday is a general holiday in India? 300 years of British rule, it is understandable. Why is it holiday even today? It's a very simple question. There is no answer from the government of India. They're all wearing black clothes, right? White. Because these are given to us by the British. There it is understandable they wear black clothes. If their weather is good, then they 0, -10, and all that kind of they wear. And here we wear. In Delhi, Supreme Court, 45 degrees Celsius. People wear black coat and उसके ऊपर एक black coat. दौड़ करके आते हैं तो you feel as if these people are really tortured, punished being lawyers and judges. है कि नहीं? आने पुरता तो करता ही नहीं. So therefore, when I was vice chancellor of KSLU, this was the uniform. Deliberately, I have put up this attire today. Light blue kurta, white pajama. Of course, I have not brought my Gandhi cap. And the cap also I had made. People criticized me that JS Patil is taking legal education 100 years backwards, including Madhav Mehta. I told them, I'm really proud to be backward by 100 years because I will be made to live in the Gandhian era. It is again, I was not born when Gandhi was doing revolution in India for independence. If that is what I am recreating, that's wonderful. People like Justice Madhipat called me Junior Gandhi. Justice V.S. Madhipat. You are all proud of my experiments. I dared to experiment with Gandhi, which is really very difficult. That is the leg of jurisprudence. See, jurisprudence is what? Dr. Mallikarjunaya hosted a native jurisprudence conference in his college. He was there. He asked me to come and he asked a judge also. I don't want to take the name. I will take, but then why should I take? I don't mind taking. But why should I take names of puny people, small fellows? That fellow, a sitting high court judge, proved his mental ability by saying that jurisprudence is hard to crack and I just scored 35 marks, just you see, I studied a bit and then it is very difficult to understand and it has no relevance for practice. As judge, as lawyers, we have nothing to do with jurisprudence. I was irritated to the hell. I became so angry. And I been allowed, had it not been Mallikarjunaya's cane, I would have given him a big punch. Blood would have come out. But then I tolerated. My turn came. I said only one thing. And after that, the judge became my disciple. I told the audience, jurisprudence is the Atma of law. Invisible, looking not that very important, like your three-piece suit, your hairstyle, your facial, and whatnot, which is your positive law. Atma is invisible. As long as Atman is there, your body, everything is there, fresh. If Atman is removed, it becomes a stale vegetable. Remove jurisprudence, your law becomes a stale vegetable. Entire law will have its prana only because of jurisprudence. That one has to appreciate. People say jurisprudence is very tough. No. If it were to be tough, then how I would make my students sit for 5 hours, 6 hours? In my class, Manoj is here. He used to sit in my class for 5 or 6 hours. You are in NLUJA, you are already faculty. You are already faculty. So even faculty, they used to come and sit in my class. Many of them should be Turpali, who is in Africa now, Sherry, so many faculty. They would listen. NLM class means it is class for NLM as well as for faculty, and then people enjoyed my lectures. Hardly people say that my lectures were boring. Of course, I am boring, but not my lectures. So this is the kind of a thing. So in that conference, I have to blast each one of them. I was the only elephant in the room. I blasted them. Because what is there in Western jurisprudence? You see, entire Western jurisprudence is divided into 3 or 4 parts. Theories of law, sources of law, concepts of law, administration of justice. क्या बोलते हैं administration? A herd of wolves are more at one than so many men, unless they had one reason in them and one power over. Power, अधिकार अगर उनके ऊपर होता नहीं है तो वो भी they would have become like a herd of wolves. This is the opening sentence in Administration of Justice chapter in Fitzgerald's edition of Assam under jurisprudence. So I read and read and read. I was a voracious reader. If I sit in the library of Chancellor and go to Assam, entire library, including Deshpande, librarian Khan, everybody, I was like a reader, and I was an A&T kind of a reader. And people, whether students of law, physics, or biology, or philosophy, or economics, all would come to. Where I knew every stack, every book, every way, every stack. I would not just read law books, I would read so many things. Novels, dramas of Shakespeare, these fellows Avinash, these are all dramatists at that time in Mysore. They have become good actors. So, that reading gave me a lot of insights into what is and what is not. So that is how we started challenging our faculty. That was very funny kind of stuff. So I had a teacher by name Srinivasmurthy, who is very tall, 6.5 feet of megapascal. He would offer me a cigarette. During those days, I used to smoke also. He would offer me Bill's Navy cut cigarette. Yes, fine. Come. Professor, if you smoke here, if we smoke here, smoke will go like this, and then enter professor. So, therefore, we shall not. Come on, thanks. So he would take me to the bathroom and offer me a cigarette as a bribe, so that I would not ask him questions in the class. I would take the cigarette, smoke it, and again ask him questions. So it was so difficult because you see, I had questions and I wanted answer. I would ask questions, and then I would ask questions to who? Everybody. Anantamurthy, Shivram Kar, he used to come and teach in philosophy department. And so many people. Yes, Rao of psychology, Deva Singh of psychology, who is again like me, an attractor. So I would somewhere try to get some solace, some answer to my hunger, my fire. That was the kind of a studentship with which we had. So that was the reason as to why ultimately I could gauge what is best of jurisprudence. In theories, they start with the natural law. Ancient Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Sophists and Stoics. Then the Roman period, after Greek period. Just gentium, just natural, just the civil concepts. Cicero, an orator. From there you go to Middle Ages, justice, father of international Hugo Grotius. Law, rules of social contract. Montesquieu, separation. Justice, Chief Justice spoke. Then you go to Reformation and Renaissance, Hegel, Kant. And then comes the eclipse of natural law with the British positivism. Jeremy Bentham was the first analytical jurist, but then John Austin snatched it from him and called himself author of analytical jurisprudence by lecturing in Oxford. So you should call those Oxford fellows. They gave me award, best scientist award. They recognize if you are a real scientist. They recognize. So, fasting year lectures on jurisprudence. He was a very bad teacher. Students will be tolerated because they had only internal during those days. But must good thing. Teacher. John Austin survived, though he was a bad teacher. And his lectures on jurisprudence he published. And then again we remodeled it by copying of laws in general on the limits of jurisprudence defined. Written by a real great scholar, military man, Jeremy Bentham. His main thesis is utilitarian philosophy. Maximum happiness to the maximum number of people with minimum pain. That was his pleasure pain theory. I cannot, because I will explain when things will call me a veteran, I will give a lot of lectures also. But then, while doing his utilitarian theory, he got his elementary questions called what is law. So I have to first understand what is the, then only I can go for utilitarianism. So as a matter of chronology, he went into the research of what is law and ended up with major contribution to jurisprudence as to what is law. It is that monumental work on limits of jurisprudence defined. It was very systematically copied. Plagiarism जो आप बोलते हैं ना आजकल के ज़माने में. That was done by John Austin, and he published it as his work under the title "Province of Jurisprudence Determined." So why I don't like is very clear. It's just a look. So with all this, what do they say? Law is the command of the sovereign, enforced by institution by sanction. This comes as a direct opposite of law as the dictate of reason. The central notion of natural law philosophy. There exist certain objective moral principles which depend upon the essential nature of the universe and discoverable by right reason. This example, I will explain in more than 5 hours. This one sentence, which is the opening sentence in John Salmond on jurisprudence, on natural law, about the subchapter. So with these two diametrical opposites came a via media, which is sociological jurisprudence, economic jurisprudence, anthropological and historical jurisprudence in Vienna, in Germany. So spirit of the people, Volksgeist by one family, further propagated by feudal corporate theory of Oreo, Irke and all this. Anthropological approach by Sir Henry Maine. He divided societies into developed and underdeveloped. and dubbed countries like India into underdeveloped and all European countries as developments. Law grows in all these, in 4 stages, in all these societies. 4 stages. The commands, the customs, the aristocratic prosecutions, codification. Whereas in progressive societies, law further grows in the form of what? Equity, fiction, legislation. These are the 3 further stages. Only in progressive societies, not static societies like India. So, ये बदमाशगिरी इन लोगों का था. From those days only, they forgot that India had a great civilization of Indus Valley, they forgot history totally. And then dubbed India as a poor nation status. No match at all to the kind of civilization that was there in ancient India too. The type of civilization that was there in Greece and Rome. In ancient times. I am talking about pre-ancient times in India. So they failed to understand, to be objective, to be scientific, to be rational. They were irrational, unscientific, biased. For every day. So then you had economic approaches. Assam मार दिया लागू. Karl Marx and Engels. Law is nothing but an instrument of exploitation. It reflects class character. It reflects class character. It is an instrument of exploitation in the hands of the rich to exploit the poor. Therefore, it has to wither away. When the pivotal society is established through a Bolshevik revolution, proletariat's dictatorship will be first established. The maximum that runs is each according to his capacity, from each according to his capacity to each according to his work. Because they will be paid wages as per their work, people start working more and more. And from that proletariat dictatorship, it becomes a communist state. Wherein the maxim that applies is from each according to his capacity to each according to his need. तो सब चीजें इतने हो जाएंगे समाज में, so much of resource that each one can enjoy taking whatever he wants. What remains? Law and state both will wither away. What remains is merely administration of things. To distribute things, you need some administration. That's all. This is what he describes as dialectic materialism. In contradistinction to dialectics of idealism by Patil. State and law will wither away, according to Marx, whereas state is the highest endeavor and achievement of the human life, according to Hegel. Both are dialectics. I don't want to go penetrate into it, but then it will take us into a discourse altogether of philosophical time. So all these things directly you see opposite to one another. I am only giving you the examples of how they fought amongst themselves. Together. Then came after the 19th century this analytical positivism ruling the roost, paving way for all kinds of the problems. First World War, Second World War. People like Hitler came in, influenced by John Austin. You see, jurisprudence has such a terrific influence on the people. Rational theory. So the whole world has to get united to defeat Hitler, Mussolini, and so on. 3 fellows, whom they called as Axis powers. Germany, Japan, and Italy. So then they have to establish something. So to lame duck ek aa gaya, you will know. This way again, 5 permanent powers with veto power. America, England, France, China, and Russia. So our societies were egalitarian. Even today, you will know is like that. Even today. Where is India? India is also superpower. Why only China and Russia along with America? France is nowhere, England is nowhere, सब भाड़ में गए, भिखारी बन के बैठे हैं. Even though they are bhikaris, they are permanent powers, superpowers. This is the kind of a terrifying thing that has happened in the Western jurisprudence. We should be conscious of that. We should be conscious of it. If we are not conscious of it, then we are not having faculty of reason. So 20th century, they have to revive again natural law theories. People like John Finnis, natural rights theory, Stamler, natural law with variable content, Fuller with morality, external and internal morality of law. All these kinds of fellows. John Rawls' theory of justice, Amartya Sen idea of justice. All kinds of people. And then mixture of positivism and naturalism by people like Jerome Hall, Ronald Dworkin, HLA Hart, minimum content of natural law. All these fellows came. Icing on the cake, Legality by Scott J. Shapiro. Scott J. Shapiro has written a beautiful contemporary book of your times, Legality. Read it. Which is little influenced by Adam Smith, theory of choice. He uses that in his planning theory of law. So today we are in the world of planning, and that influences Scott J. Shapiro, and that is how he builds it, the new legality. He don't call it as definition of law, he calls it as legality. The title of the book itself is legality. So this is all, in a nutshell, what we call as Western jurisprudence. That's fine for that. What about us? What we should read? Should we read all these things? That's what we are doing. 300 years of colonial period, fine. अभी क्या हो गया है? Are we really independent academically? I'm not talking about other disciplines. I'm not talking about Kannada. Kannada has liberated itself. Telugu has liberated itself as languages. As languages, they have become independent and they are robust. If one is a linguistic philosopher, he will really feel proud. I had my brother C.S. Patil, who was an epigraphist. So I know a little about all these things. So in India, others are liberated. Law is not. We have the same IPC, same CRPC of those days. We still, Lord Macaulay. Who is Lord Macaulay? The Pakka idiot. So we still, starting from Supreme Court down up to the trial court, we are applying the same law, bygone law, and it stays. 200 years back, it was created with little amendments here and there without disturbing the basic structure of colonialism. So colonial law, what we have, major law, CPC, CRPC, IPC, contract, property, all are colonial. So what we are living today in India in legal world is neo-colonialism. Should we not come out of it? If you try to come out of it, you will be harassed. I dared to do PhD in the native law. Basava's contribution, Basaveshwar's contribution to Indian jurisprudence. There were no takers, including my own gurus. As this is very dangerous stuff. Basava is a lingayat. It is a caste. अनपढ़ लोग जैसे बोलते हैं ना वैसे बोलने लगे हमारे scholars. I have to catch word of a friend of mine in Rajkot, in Gujarat, who guide me nominally. He told me, see, we don't know anything. Because you see, I am a foreigner. I know nothing, ABCD of Basaveshwar. You please do it. I did it. Ranveer Singh came for the Viva. He was Vice Chancellor of National Law University, a good friend of mine. Patil साहब आप जो भी लिखे आप अच्छे लिखे हैं हम तो वैल्यू भी कर चुके हैं थोड़ा हमको इंटरव्यू क्या प्रश्न तो हम पूछ नहीं सकते, आप ही बता दीजिए क्या क्या है. आइए 1 hour lecture on Bosco philosophy. Students were really thrilled. Ranbir was also very much thrilled. And because they were all थोड़ा कम था तो PhD मिल गए. Not because it was a original contribution, because others didn't know anything. Let us be very frank. है कि नहीं? But it was a original contribution. You see, during 12th century, he brought in equality through revolution. We talk about equality in 20th century. Women's equality from 18th century Renaissance, you know. Equality for women. Equality for women was a Atma and all. Sule Sankave was also there as a dignified woman. A prostitute was given a dignity as a Sharane. That was the kind of revolution. Kayaka Dasoha. What a mixture of economic philosophy, sociological philosophy, normative, whatever. You mix up and make a bowl of salad of whatever you have had from ancient times to modern times in Western jurisprudence. That becomes only a part like Saute Kaya or Hulagandi of the salad of Masvishwa, not the entire. Because you have Kayaka, you have Dasoha, you have equality, you have emancipation of women, you have abolition of untouchability. That's why himself would go and then eat with Madara Chennaiya. What a tremendous thing. Even today you have racial discrimination in America. The black was strangulated to death by a police officer. So, I did a PhD in that kind of an Indian jurisprudence. A milestone which was even today not recognized by anyone. Because people are afraid of getting out of neo-colonialism. हम डरते हैं, हम डरपोक हैं. We are not independent, we are not robust daredevils to call ourselves a civilization of our own. So we should understand what we are. That is how I started my discourse on reconceptualization of jurisprudential studies. We should first understand what we are. Then our legal system, including the Western. What is Indian legal system? Vedas, Upanishads, Smritis, Puranas, Agamas, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Virshaivism, Lingayatism, Tribalism. These are the golden granules. This is the mine, gold mine of jurisprudence in India. One man cannot do it. Because every area is so. If you go to Gujarat, you have that Narayan Swami, big philosopher, Narayan Swami. Go to each place, there is a different culture, different tradition. 500 princely states. When India was unified, after independence, unification जो हो गया ना linguistic आधार पर, it is the first death knell for India in its plurality. Indian plurality was destroyed by Lord Mountbatten, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, by blindly accepting Western democratic setup of what you call as what we are suffering today with all kinds. One MLA, how much expenditure, sir? TV में वो बोलेगा 50 crore. This is democracy in India. This is democracy in America, lobbying and whatnot. एक बूढ़ा आदमी उसको चलने तक नहीं आता, दिमाग चलाना तो दूर, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका बन के बैठा है. बाइडन. उससे पहले कौन था? ट्रम्प. पागल आदमी. एक पागल आदमी भी he can become. हमारे यहाँ 10 साल तक मनमोहन सिंह थे. Sonia Gandhi would turn the key and give, and he will walk. Even Rahul Gandhi can blast him. This is democracy. See, this is democracy. Somebody controls as a dictator. Narendra Modi, democracy again. Dictatorship of a different type. Sonia Gandhi, dictatorship of a different type. Indira Gandhi, dictatorship of another extreme type. उन्होंने तो इमरजेंसी लगा दिया पूरा देश के ऊपर. हम सब स्टूडेंट लोग थे, नौजवान थे, तो हम उसमें कूद पड़े. These are very peculiar funny things that हम देश के लिए, हमारे मिटने के लिए तैयार हो, ये बेवकूफी है. हम सब उस बेवकूफी में बह गए. मारो मरो. लोकनायक जयप्रकाश नारायण was our guru. Lots of fellows were there. We thought all of them as big people. Ashok Mehta, this, that, Morarji Desai. All kinds of things. I also used to give lots of भाषण in Karwa and Taro. Because I was a student, मेरा एक association था, Hyderabad Karnataka Association, student association. मेरे पास 5,000 लोग थे. I was a very powerful student leader in Dharwad. Any strike, I should be there. तो हम उसमें घुस गए. तो टोटल रेवोल्यूशन हो गया. जनता पार्टी आया, बेवकूफी. चरण सिंह मोरारजी को मार दिया. प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन के मैंने जैसे सिद्धरामैया डी के शिव कुमार झगड़ रहे हैं, like dogs and cats today in Karnataka state. तो हम सब पागल हो गए भाई. मेरे सब फ्रेंड्स हो गए. ये है ना अभी सिद्धरामैया, he was also in our gang. युवराज हुआ, MP प्रकाश, रामकृष्ण हेगड़े was secretary. All kinds of fellows. मैं तो एकदम स्मार्ट पक्का लीडर था. मैं भी अगर इलेक्शन में घुस जाता तो मैं भी चीफ मिनिस्टर बन जाता, लेकिन मैं गया नहीं. थोड़ा होशियार था, बेवकूफ नहीं बना. So this is the kind of a thing that happened, and then democracy came back. Morarji, VP Singh, चौधरी चरण सिंह बन जाने के बाद VP सिंह है, उसको मार करके और कोई आ गया. It went about. So जो लोग मर गए, स्नेहलता रेड्डी type of people, Michael Fernandez type of, they sacrificed their lives. Snehalata Reddy was my very good friend in Dharwad. She died in jail. हम थोड़ा बदमाश थे, जेल से भाग के निकल के आ गए. जो अंदर सड़ गए, माइकल फर्नांडिस सच ए मिजरेबल डेथ. जॉर्ज का भाई, जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस का भाई. So this is what we have seen, we have experienced. So rule of law, see what we have, with all respect to the constitution makers and constituent assemblies, because I have translated Ambedkar's constituent assembly debates into 13 volumes of Ambedkar works, selected works from Maharashtra government into Karnataka under Rajshekhar M. Rajshekhar's team. We have translated it into Kannada. I have written a lot of books in Kannada, not in English. I different clan I belong to. So this is how things went about. And democracy stands questioned. And that is the jurisprudence. तो क्या है संविधान में? भारत का कोई एक शब्द, इंडिया का कोई एक शब्द, फंडामेंटल राइट्स. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फंडामेंटल राइट्स? मैग्ना कार्टा क्या है? मैग्ना कार्टा बिल ऑफ राइट्स. वहां से हम पकड़ के लेकर आए. उसका 100-150 साल का इतिहास. पहले था क्या हक? Was there any right earlier than this Renaissance period? There was no right. So why we got arrested ourselves in 300 years? Was there no history before 300 years? It is such a terrible thing. So these fundamental rights, this written constitution, this democracy, right होता ही नहीं. Right came in the Europe because of what? Because of deadly dark ages. Ruthless exploitation by the rulers. Right to life came in. प्राण का हक होता है क्या? Who creates life? Bhagavan, Almighty, the superpower. If you do not believe in God, some superpower creates life. How can you have right over your life? Your life and your death is determined by somebody else. इतना बेवकूफ तो मत मानो. ये because your ruler आपको मार गिरा रहा है. Right to life देना मतलब क्या होता है? Is there any philosophical base for this? So we take things in a way to go near that ultimate truth. Don't stop at scientific level, in scientific inquiry, in that process. Start with the felt difficulty and need. Create it as a problem. Draw inferences, hypotheses, and then look out for the information available around you in the global market. Today, global market is very easy at the push of a button available to you. Don't go to Google Guru, most dangerous. Go a little hard work. Go to the sites. Digital world is there. Library is there. Digital library is there. If you are not having a good digital library in your college, you go to other colleges. You have next door National Law School of India, where they have a good library. KSLU in Mumbai has a good digital library. So थोड़ा बहुत वर्क हमारे जैसा हार्ड वर्क नहीं करना है आजकल के जमाने में. Everything is available on computer. Do it and then go on creating the critical, prosecution and then new vistas of knowledge and try to reach exact goal, which is known as ultimate truth. Scientific truth is only available to your panchendriyas. Mark my words. Through your sensorial organs, you are able to perceive that scientific truth. But there is something beyond that scientific truth. When Hegel says the whole of the universe is gradual unfolding of the ideas, which has been very beautifully, differently, long ago explained by Basaveshwara in his concept of Shunya, which is further developed by his disciples in 20th century in Shunya Sampadana. Bayal, concept of Bayal, which is more than universe. What you call today is virtual. What you call today is as your virtual knowledge, virtual, cordless virtual, everything virtual. Your mobile phone is virtual. Mobile God was given by Basaveshwara. Not Ishvara of Stavara Gudi. Temple. Don't go to temple. Have a God tied around your neck. Perform puja on it. Remove it, perform puja, and then put it. Everybody is entitled for it. Whether he is a Dalit, SC, whatever. Woman or man, or transgender. So today we have a theory of deconstruction. We have in physics theory of disruption, critical legal studies, postmodern studies, feminist studies, racial studies. So this deconstruction. So from uniformization, we are going into particularization. That was the particularization. 12th century had taught it. That's what I did. So I have reflected on all these things in my thesis. So what we are trying to do in 21st century as a new knowledge, new vistas are opened up. जो हम बोलते हैं 12th century में कर चुके हैं बसवेश्वर. तो जो हमारा है हमको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस लगता नहीं है. इतने गिड़ा मंदला. There is a saying in Kannada. So that is how we, everything which is white or red skinned fellows, attractive. Colored skin, black hair. So we are overawed by this materialistic world. Luxuries of skin, nose, nice eyes, and whatnot. That is not philosophy. That is not knowledge. Knowledge can be by anybody. It is virtual. Knowledge is virtual. It is not materialistic. So that is where we have to come of age. So reconceptualization of jurisprudential studies is a must in India, for which I have developed a heuristics, which you call as grammar in layman language. In philosophical language, it's called as heuristics. So I have built that heuristics in my red paper. You take it, work upon that. So I am looking forward for a national workshop of the type Ajap and Bakshi 40 years ago, made and thrown it into the dustbin. I want a month's workshop again in KLU, and KLU should become the leader through this club of Indian jurisprudence, which is going to rule the global jurisprudence in the coming days. If you make up mind, I'm still there. At least 10 years I can work. God has given me pretty good health. Abhi 70 saal ka hu, not a big age. I can work up to 80. I don't know after 80 what will happen. But then as long as I am there, please take my presence, its benefit. I am a hard-working guy. I can go to any extent in helping the jurisprudence club. not only in giving lectures, in building the plan of action. I'm an action philosopher. I don't believe in theoretical things. I do theoretical also for the sake of helping others. But action philosophy is very important. I got by fighting in the Supreme Court. My contemporaries were Bakshi, Lotika Sarkar, Ashok Mehta, MC Mehta, Tarkunde. I have worked with all these fellows. Tarkunde from UPCL, MC Mehta, you did lots of pollution cases, MC Mehta. These are all my friends. When I fought in Supreme Court, two monumental cases. One is regarding abolition of capitation fee. The other is regularization of daily wage workers of Karnataka, 5 lakh people. That case is there with Keshwananda, Keshwananda Bharti case in Supreme Court Museum. So these are the kinds of terrific works as a young law teacher I have created. And my students are legendary lawyers today, Satish Maneshin, Mohan. They were all students and they were going and arguing before the bench headed by Krishna, Chinnappa Reddy and Bhagavati. They also became my friends. Very great judges of those days. Chandrachud was Chief Justice, not this Chandra, his father. His father is also a good student of jurisprudence. जो अभी चंद्रचूड़ है, that's why he is a good Chief Justice. Actually, he is a good judge, not like others whom I criticize a lot. मैं एक वो किया था, एक that is my last leg of thing. I'm closing. एक उद्घाटन किया नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी का वाइस चांसलर था असम में, तो कैंपस बनाया, उद्घाटन के लिए लोगों को बुलाया. All came, Charmeshwar, Bogde, Ranjan Gogoi, Amitav Rai, Sapre, some 5-6 fellows from Supreme Court, Chief Justice Ajit Singh of Assam High Court, and 20-25 judges of the High Court, and lots of other IPS, IAS, and all those secretaries. After Udghatan, I was so very popular already among the judges. Smart class, smart class. ये स्मार्ट आपको स्मार्ट हो, लेकिन स्मार्ट क्लास क्या होता है हमको बताइए. दो जजेस तो वैसे बैठे रहते हैं ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट. यू माइट हैव सीन एट लीस्ट इन टेलीविजन इफ नॉट इन द फिजिकल यू शुड डू. आई यूज्ड टू Japa used to follow with me, he used to blast me and everything, because I would bunk the classes. Not only bunk the class, hijack students and take them out. वो तो एकदम स्ट्रिक्ट प्रिंसिपल था. अरे यार ये क्या कर रहे हो, यू आर ए टीचर, यू शुड नॉट डू लाइक दिस. मैं तो बच्चों को भगा लेके ले जाता था कोर्ट में, कचहरी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक लेके जाता था बच्चों. That's why they became very eminent advocates too. Not only these 2-3, so many. G.T. Hegde, Rama, all of those fellows. So you have to work with it. तो उस क्लास उनको दिखाया. In each class I had invested some 15 lakhs worth of gadgets. एकदम स्मार्ट क्लास. LCD था, डिजिटल बोर्ड था, टेलीविजन सेट था, सेंट्रल मॉनिटरिंग प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम था. So many things with automatic cameras and all from everything gets recorded. JURISPRUDENCE software. JURISPRUDENCE software I had brought when I was VC, KSLU. I founded that university. JURISPRUDENCE was going using it. It was brought by free of cost. I gave all the colleges, NLUJA, National Mission for Education for Information and Communication Technology. I was there in that committee. I had invited Amrita University, say America wala, Krish Gopalaswamy, to train our principals. Principals, 2 sessions, twice I invited to KSL, give them a bombardment. They were all, क्या कर रहा है? इतना कुरियर हमारे ऊपर क्यों थोप रहा है? What is this fellow doing? In what way this technology has anything to do with the legal education of all these people? So this was the kind of terrifying thing. So I had that experience at the back of my memory. I installed because I asked 300 course, those fellows gave me 600. Double the money I asked. So my pura smart classrooms 25 bana. Ekdam tagda, which I had my dream. I could realize my dream in National Law University Judicial Academy. तो वो क्लास उनको बता है, थोड़ा क्लास बना के क्लास करके दिखाई. तो then all of them sat just like you. Salameshwar, Gagoi, Bobade, all of them, some of them became Chief Justices also. And then I started giving my lecture. I started my lecture with a simple question. What is law? My dear judges, please tell me, that video is available. You can listen to it. What is law? I asked Bobade, sir, can you tell me what is law? All of them were sitting there. This is because they cannot answer the question. I told you briefly how the discourse about law went about. And then sources of law I forgot. Custom, precedent, equity, legislation. You should read books like Law in the Making by C.K. Allen, President in English Law by Rupert Cross, and now by our President in Indian Law by Lakshmi Nath. All kinds of books are there. Legal theory you should read Wolfgang Friedman. Not just Lloyd, 1,000 pages of introduction to jurisprudence. Read Dias, read Stone, 3 volumes. Legal system and lawyers' reasonings for president and all that. Social dimensions of law and justice for sociological and other. Human law and human justice for natural. These are all 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 pages, 3 mega volumes by Julius Stone, who is like Kabira the Kadale, very tough writing. He wrote first Province and Functions of Law, which is further expanded into 3 volumes. So jurisprudence means lot of books. You read, books are available. Keep the habit of reading, and then jurisprudence becomes your play. Jurisprudence is the Atma of law. Without jurisprudence, you cannot survive. Law cannot be defined. People try to define law. Law cannot be defined because law is like a joker card in your spec. Joker card का कोई मतलब होता है क्या? What is its identity? Joker card's identity is not at all there. It will go and adjust with everything and validates. That is the point. It becomes a sequence, it becomes a triplet, it becomes a color, everything, and it validates it. दो कलर है, ये घुस गया तो 3 कलर हो गए. इसका कलर है नहीं, फिर भी कलर को वैलिडेट. So law enters every other frame of life and validates it. Validity comes to those things because of law. That is the strength of law. Therefore, it has no identity. Therefore, it is Atma of law. Every other law gets its validity through jurisprudence. Jurisprudence is like a root without which the entire banyan tree of law is not at all there. It will vanish. That is the importance of jurisprudence, as I have understood it. Critical in the last 4 decades of my journey in the legal academics. So therefore, I am really very happy with this discourse. I am fortunate enough, blessed to be inaugurating this jurisprudence club. It can be Democrats or even dictatorial also, because I prefer those 500 Rajas to this one Raja, the Bechrewala Raja or whatever. These are, the positions that we take. We can criticize each other, one another. Things will go on. Different political philosophies of aristocracy, dictatorship, democracy, and communism, whatnot, socialism. There is that, everything is there, which is good, there is nothing like good, there is nothing like bad, there is nothing like right, there is nothing like wrong. These are all relativists, like Sophist narrative. If you read Sophist narrative, you will understand the fluidness of right and wrong, fluidness of good and bad. These are fluid ones, not concrete. You only try to concretize them by your own ideas. So therefore, if you appreciate that Mooladhara, Moola Mantra of these basics, then validity becomes paramount than good and bad. That is why laws are not good or bad, they are valid. Therefore, they are effective. Even though in reality they are not effective, we take it for granted that they are effective because they are valid. How that validity comes, people like Hans Kelsen explained in their work. That is a different kind of a discourse which we will do. So therefore, with this kind of a holistic perspective, without having any bias, narrow narratives in our mind, like goodness, badness, rightness, wrongness, whatever. Keep your mind as open as ocean and work. Critically, passionately, then you will conquer the whole world. Silently, slowly, without problem. As Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, slowly, silently, without problem. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your great words of knowledge. Sir, I don't know how to thank you, but it was an immense pleasure listening to you. So I thank you on behalf of everyone, those who are sitting here. Now the floor is open for questions. If anyone is having questions, so they can ask it.
Yesterday, if there are no questions, there are two ways of. Yes.
Sir, you spoke about the Indian jurisprudence as a concept, and we had seen that I will not be using this. We had seen that you had quoted Baswanda as a concept and moved on to Indian jurisprudence. Apart from the concept which was established by Baswanda, if I were to go on and study Indian jurisprudence as a more viable structure than the Western jurisprudence as it is for a country like India, what would be my source for me to explore Indian jurisprudence as a concept?
I have already, but I may not be that expositorial in saying that. You see, Basava is a native jurisprudence of this part of India, South India, because Kalyana Karnataka, during those Kalyana Raj, ruled by Vijaya, King Vijaya and all that. So that is germane to this part of the society. Like that, there have been different people at different times developing different literature, as I told about, the Dasa Sahitya and Narayan Swami literature, and lots of, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism. So these are all nationally developed and internationally. See, Buddhism has gone beyond India into so many other countries. So I started up with Vedas, Puranas, Agamas, Upanishads, all these things. Without forgetting Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Vaishnavism, Hinduism, and all these kinds of stuff. So many local tribal cultures. Local tribal cultures are more important than the mainstream. In the, especially deconstruction era, the heuristics is in every other fellow is to be looked at. Focus is not on uniformization or on general. Focus is on each one today. So whether it is transgenders, what you call a GLBTQ, those people are under the focus than man and woman. So there was a day when only man, and there was a time woman also, with men, women. So two sexes. Binary language, it is always in the single language, he, earlier upon. Later on it shifted into binary. Now no binary. It is multi. Because you have to take every other fellow. Transgender is also given a, bisexual is given, gays are given, queers are given, everybody is given a such status. Basava also gave to prostitutes and others. He never dealt with transgenders and other things explicitly, but implicitly you can find out those things because of that Dharana kind of a concept. So what I am trying to say is that these are all hidden views. as those people, you see, Plato is not never a jurist. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, they were political scientists, social scientists, science, physics, and biology people. And then they, whatever they have written in their works have been taken as jurisprudence by the others. That's my point. That is how Western jurisprudence is built. And later on, people came. They were social. All philosophers are social contract theories. They are not legal. Only, you see, Hypocrates was a legal thing. So there have been some legal, some others. Lot of them were others, even in Western jurisprudence. But Western people were very aggressive enough to concretize it in the written form as jurisprudence and force their students to study it as their jurisprudence. What is the theories of law? They built them as theories. Aristotle, Plato have never stated that this is a natural law theory. These writers like Stone, Lloyd, Dias, Salmon himself was a realist, a British realist, as against Scandinavian realist. So this is how they have developed the literature. We have not, because we were under the colonial ownership. So till then there has been a jurisprudence. Mughals, they had their jurisprudence. Islamic jurisprudence of Mughals is different from liberal jurisprudence than the Gulf jurisprudence, which is एकदम rigid. So we have very tough jurisprudence to be done. It's not just based on Christian jurisprudence, which has been secularized from Christianity during the 18th, 1920s. We have a tougher one because we are not a single religion country. We are a multi-religious, multi-tradition country. We have to take care of, when we talk in terms of freeing from religion, as it happened because of the onslaughts of religion. Onslaughts of Christianity made them to secularize their law, free their law, free their science. First they freed science, Francis Bacon and others came. They freed science from religion. Then they freed law from religion. Good or bad it is for them. But we cannot secularize the way Europeans have secularized it. Theirs was a different society altogether. Ours is, you see, it is a complex society. संकीर्णात्मक समाज है हमारा, इसमें सब है, क्रिश्चियनिटी भी है, इस्लाम भी है, all those three Semitic. Judaism is also there. All Semitic religions are there, and non-Semitic traditions are there. Buddhism is not a religion, it is a tradition. Jainism is not a religion, it is a tradition. So like that, Lingaite is not a religion, but people call it as a caste or whatever. So there is a lot of misconception which is to be removed because people wrote. Because Barrett wrote it as Hindu law, it has become, what is it? Barrett wrote it as Hindu law, it became Hindu law. था क्या Hindu concept? Hindu concept कहाँ था? है क्या? Only RSS last 100 years Hindu has come. Earlier what was there? Barrett, where from he brought in Hindu law? Barrett को question तो प्रश्न तो पूछना है ना? We have to ask question. Where was Hindu law? Hindu law, Hindu marriage act, Hindu succession act. What is Hindu? Do you have any definition of understanding of what is Hindu even today? Then how come Barrett and those fellows like Lord Macaulay and all those fellows, Britishers came in and whatever Britishers wrote became a gospel truth for us? And if somebody else talks like this, then he will be dubbed as what is that? Hindu. I mean, somebody who is not rational. So all rationalists will follow blindly whatever that is given to us by others. Given to us by others. So othering the others from ours is our task. Othering the others from ours is our task. That is what we have to do. If we do that, then we have conquered ourselves. First, we have to conquer ourselves before conquering others intellectually. We cannot be slaved like this forever intellectually. Political independence has nothing to do. It is no game at all. Intellectual freedom is important. Intellectually, we have to become mature as society. If we are intellectually mature as society, all other problems are automatically taken care of. Mark my words. Your corruption, your nepotism, your despotic things, everything will be taken. If only people are intellectually mature. सब डर जाएंगे, whoever they are, because you will have become a great civilization by yourselves. That is where intellectual work is to be done. I am so very happy that this college, KSLU, which I have 40 years of association, 36 साल से पहले, and not only this KSLU, DM Birada, SB Birada, all the law colleges, KSLU 5 law colleges. I had my very good friends. Only younger people I don't know. Otherwise, seniors, even Malikandri I know, Manoj I know, Gaudapur I know, URSU, Mahadesh I know, but barring them, others I don't. Because they are all young people. I want to be in touch with everyone, make friends with faculty, more than faculty, even the students. Because you are the people who have to be intellectually become mature enough to challenge everything and then become a real independent nation. If you are intellectual independent, all these political goals can be very easily taken care of. I think if you are able to not vote, you both are roles or 5 of them who are contesting are roles, don't vote. If 51% of people don't vote, what happens? You have won the game. So you dictate who should become the MLA. आप में से एक को वहां खड़ा कर दीजिए ना, जैसे वो अरविंद केजरीवाल वहां किया, वो क्या है असम में किया था ना, उसका नाम क्या है? During those days, that student of ours became chief minister of Mohanta, Prafulla Kumar Mohanta. He became chief minister. He was a student, LLM student. He became chief minister by creating a new party. I don't remember the name of the party. He created All Assam Student Union. उसके साथ आसाम गण परिषद करके it became Gana Parishad. And then he became the chief minister. They won the elections because he was able to intellectually grow. Fortunately, he was in touch with some of the teachers like us in Delhi. So, hota hai, it is not that very difficult to change. Game changer is possible only by great minds, terrific minds, sharp mind. Mind to ek hatiyar hai. It is like a sword in your hand. Your brain is your sword. You can cut all evils through your intellectual prowess. Good question.
Now that ideologies and then realism, both of these together are changing on a daily basis. Ideologies are the things that we come before, and then the realistic things are affecting, and then all of these together going towards a change, and that's when amendments are going. Right? So, do you think jurisprudence is something that can give solutions to all the ideologies and the realism together, clubbing and going forward?
See, first of all, you should understand what is ideology. Ideal and ideal logic. That which is others. It's not real. That which you are aiming at. It is meta. In your home, you have meta in your mobile phones, right? So ideology is meta. Reality means what? No, that is what you understand as reality. Right? See, for example, you see a bus, then you say this is a bus. Why you call that as a bus? Because everybody has called that as a bus. Right? Therefore, it has become a bus. Otherwise, it's not a bus. It is just a linguistic dictionary. What you call as reality is a linguistic dictionary. So, ideologists call this as Maya. So, what all we see and enjoy is because of our sensorial perceptions. 5 organs. That's why we feel. These are feelings. Feelings are better. Are they material? आप जब खाना खाते हो तो बोलते हो बहुत अच्छा है, मीठा है, आपको मीठा पसंद है, मुझे खट्टा पसंद है, तो क्या है? मीठा is not a real, खट्टा is not a real. That feeling is the reality. So ये बहुत सुंदर हॉल है, एसी है, एसी हमको नहीं चाहिए. Without AC I can be AC. My feeling. I can eat, I don't eat. I overeat and then suffer ill health. These are all feelings. See, ill health is what? You are feeling again. Suffering of the gastrics, whatever. So 80% of your you know the ailments are your feelings. Reality is what? आपका देह. वो reality आप बोलते हैं. It is not. Is your personal physical a reality? No. If it were to be reality, then it should have remained there forever. वो होता नहीं है ना? कब तक रहता है? 60 साल, 70 साल, 80, 90, 100. Finished. After that, it will go away. Is it reality? The soul is reality. Because it is there. Even after you die, your soul goes somewhere. Resides in somebody else. So soul is reality. Body is not reality. Food is not reality because you eat food and therefore you die. You eat food, you drink water, you breathe your air, oxygen and whatnot. So all this, you live in this, oh shelter, rain से सुरक्षा पाने के लिए पा सकते हैं क्या? So all these buildings, everything is not reality. So the very conceptualization of idealism and realism itself is based on ideas. Ideas. So you can go on. So you keep yourself open like this. So what you have today is your feeling. अरे ये ठीक नहीं है, ठीक है या ठीक नहीं. That is your feeling, his feeling, his feeling. So everybody has their own feelings about things, their own mindset, their own approach. So that is not real. If you are real, then what about him? He is opposite of you. लेकिन आप बोलते हो ये बहुत अच्छा हाल है, मैं बोलता हूँ खराब हाल है, ये क्या हाल है कि नहीं? So what you say is also true. What I say is also true. In that, so that relativity is there. But that relativity comes to an end when it comes to all. That is ultimate. You cannot dispute that. Because if you dispute, you have to prove something. Because Atma is unprovable. It is invisible. It is better. आपके पकड़ में आता नहीं है. सोल जो है पकड़ में आता है क्या? आपके पकड़ में आता है क्या? नहीं. जब तक आप है, सोल अंदर है तो आप है. सोल गया तो आप गए. So this is the actual. That is why yogis and those fellows, they talk about this. And law cannot escape from that. That's why we call it a grand norm, initial hypothesis. शून्य, उसको क्वेश्चन नहीं करना है. आत्म को क्वेश्चन नहीं करना है, तो grand norm को भी क्वेश्चन नहीं करना है. संविधान कैसा है? ऐसा तो भी आया होगा. But you take it. It is there, you take it. आत्मा है, take it. As long as it is there, चला गया तो तुम भी चले गए हो. So this is how we have to appreciate law. Relate it with every other science, every other arts, every other philosophy, every other language. Law is relatable to everything in life, every knowledge. That is how we should look at law. The sharpness is required to look at it. Looking at law from the legal point of view is not at all. From within, you can't do it. अंदर से घुस करके आप आपको देख नहीं सकते. उधर से आप को देख सकते हो. अपने आप को ऐसा देखना है. Very difficult. You cannot see your back. और एक आदमी आपको दिखाना है आपका बैक कैसा है करके. So these are the realities of life. So law is such a complex phenomenon. It is such a phenomenon. You have to go about, exploring and exploring and exploring. That is infinite exploration. Because society is in continuum. Civilizations are in continuum. They are time dimensionally
never change. So as things come over, law takes the crash. Your technology has come in. Law comes in and it takes technology. Everything that comes, law penetrates. घुस जाता है. There is hardly anything. आपका जो भी है, ये big data बोलते हैं, Bitcoin बोलते हैं. जो भी है, everywhere law enters into blockchain बोलते हैं. It enters everywhere. Whatever technology you bring in, law comes into it. So, ideology, according to the philosophical rotation, is that which is to be attained. It is as Mullikarjuna said, art proposition. It is prescriptive, not descriptive. You cannot describe it. It is only normative. Prescriptive, art proposition. If A is, then B ought to be. This is a logistic pattern. Kelsenian terminology. So that is how it is to be understood. So you have to get it. So dowry is private. It is art proposition. अब तो dowry तो अभी गया नहीं है, लेकिन it should go. That is the आदर्श. It should go. So that law is not effective but valid. Validity of law does not depend upon its practical reality. Right? Validity is there. Why? Because of something else, not because of its operation process. Operation में बहुत दिक्कतें हैं. इसीलिए dowry वहाँ पर खड़ा है अभी. तो उसको निकाल फेंकना है. That is the ambition of others. Every law has that outcome. So you cannot look at law from only scientific perspective, reality perspective. That scientific truth is very, very limited. आपका physics, biology, botany, mathematics included. But mathematics is mother of science and it has law also. So that is how you have to. Law is different. Law is not mere science. Science is also different. Arts, philosophy, everything. So law is highly complex phenomenon. That's why it is pluralist. That's why it is very complex. That's why you are not able to define in the Western world. इसलिए हम कानून नहीं बोलते हैं, न्यायशास्त्र बोलते हैं. We are very clever people. In Indian parlance, we call it as न्यायशास्त्र. कानून शास्त्र नहीं बोलते हैं, न्यायशास्त्र बोलते हैं. वो लोग कानून को लेके खड़ा करते हैं. That is their limited perspective. So we call it, and our people, including क्या है वो, justice education. It's not legal education, justice education. न्याय का शिक्षा. So this is how people have started talking about some of them. But we have to go to the books. That is our ambition in this jurisprudence. हम पूरा उसके जड़ तक जाकर जड़ से उसको जनरेट करके. And so we have a big chart. It's not an easy thing. It takes 100 years, 200 years, we don't know. Depends upon how we work. As it happened in Europe, it has to happen here. Dark Ages चले गए, Renaissance आ गए. यहाँ पर भी आना है. We are living in dark ages today, but we cannot afford to live in this dark ages anymore. So Renaissance, Indian, that's why I call it as Indian Renaissance. So Indian Renaissance is that has to.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Further questions will be taken on coffee. So those who wants to ask question, please.
And also you can make.
Yes. So moving towards the end, gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. As we come to the close of our inauguration ceremony, I invite Mr. Kavi Shankar, Assistant Professor of Law, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Very good afternoon to everyone. It is my humble, it is a great opportunity for me to present the vote of thanks on behalf of the Jurisprudence Club as well as KSLU Law College, Bangalore. First and foremost, I must thank our chief guest of today, Dr. J.S. Patil, former Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Law University, Hubballi, and National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam. Thank you for your gracious presence, sir. I now request our principal, sir, to present a token of gratitude, a memento to Dr. J.S. Patil. Thank you, sir. I must also admit our thanks to Dr. J.S. Patil is on two counts. First, for gracing us with his presence for the inauguration of Jurisprudence Club and agreeing to establish this umbilical relationship to nurture and to guide this club from its very nascent stage. We hope to achieve what we expect. We hope to go beyond this. My second thanks goes to him for providing us with such an enriching lecture. You must accept that today is the day he added on to what Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said at the inception of our constitution, that this document will provide political independence and freedom. We must vow for economic independence and social independence. Today, sir has argued and demanded that we must move on for intellectual freedom. So at this stage, he has made a great proclamation and we must abide by it. Thank you, sir. I must thank, on behalf of Jurisprudence Club, our principal, sir, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunaya, for being up for anything that the club requested, from lobby talk to from open mic, from sanctioning a budget, everything that the club has requested, sir has motivated to go beyond and said nothing should constrict you, nothing should restrict you. We thank you, sir, for this guidance and motivation. We thank our Vice Principal, ma'am, for her presence and for motivating us throughout the conduction of events. Dr. Anita MJ. We thank our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Manoj Kumar B. Ramat, for being the indispensable presence. Without him, it cannot have done. I must thank Dr. Vishnu Prasad sir, Dr. Mantesh Madiwalar, Uday sir, the chairman, obviously, on behalf of whom I'm thanking himself. Dr. Subramaniam Gadapunavar, Mr. Aditya, for holding the torch till out whenever the club was functioning behind the shadows. For Mr. Sanjay Bafna for being the spirited young achiever of this Jurisprudence Club. Dr. Tanmay Patil. I must also thank the one-man technical team, Uday, for providing us all the technical hospitality that we needed. And last but not the least, I must thank the students as well as the members of Jurisprudence Clubs, and more specifically, the ones that I'm going to name because of their spirited endeavor in getting this event done at the pace and at the level that we expected. So Vikram, Yash, Spurti, Ashraf, Varshita, Tara, Namami, Lama Prabhu, Parumita, Aditi, Sharat, and Lekha in absentia. Thank you. And yes, Ikra for anchoring the event. I thank you all on the behalf of Jurisprudence Club, and I thank the students for being here and getting enriched with this great personality on the dais. And until we meet again, I think we should move for coffee, yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being there with us for so long. The refreshments has been there outside, so please do have the refreshment and go. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
I request all the members to assemble in the lobby for a photo with sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, here. Sir, downside. In the ground floor, please do Please do visit there. We are going to take a photo there with our chief guest. Only the members of Jurisprudence Club, please do assemble in ground floor. हेलो मैं किसी को चुप रहने नहीं बोल रही ना सपना ज्यादा सेंस मत लगाओ समथिंग इधर